Newsom, we're here for your recall. You betrayed the people in the state of California. It was your job to protect us, and instead of doing that, you betrayed us for political favors. I know by firsthand knowledge for a fact that he's been convicted as a traitor to the United States.
How?
I don't want to go into it that much because, you know that movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Yes.
Well, once upon a time when he was in the CIA, he led a bunch of CIA agents and their children into a trap and had cultists chasing them down and killing them the whole way. And that was at a physical Temple of Doom, like from the movie. One of the scenes from the episodes is taken from reality of an event that actually occurred.
Was that the giant boulder rolling through the tunnel as Harrison Ford is sprinting through to safety?
That's an exaggeration, but there was a trap in there like that.
Can you describe to the best of your ability what exactly this Temple of Doom looks like?
Oh, it's a stone temple. It's in UK.
It's in England.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom took a bunch of CIA agents and their families down there.
He had an event over there a long time ago. But anyways, he's been in the United States since then, enabling foreign agents to get advantage over Americans and overthrow local governments and disrupt business deals and Humpty Dumpty companies. You know, it's too bad. I'm sorry, it sounds crazy, but what I'm telling you is actually the truth. He was given the name Newsom because the people working in the government have a sense of humor. Can you imagine if he was given the name Newsom, what it was that he was doing?
Newsom?
That's his name, right? Newsom?
What does it reference, you think?
I don't know. Can you imagine?
No.
No?
Newsom?
Yeah, Newsom.
He knew something.
No.
He knew something.
Maybe that's it, or maybe there's something new.
Breaking news. You're watching Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan.
Take your mask off! Take your mask off!
Get down, Willie Brown, says Kamala.
Come on, girl, shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Oh, girl, shake.
I smoked crack with Hunter Biden.
How was it?
To fully disclose, because I've been asked this 8,000 times, I did not actually smoke crack. It is a joke because conservatives still have humor. We don't all need to be serious and angry.
I know.
No one likes an angry woman.
George Floyd did porn.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Look it up. He was making porn.
A lot of porn?
No, I just probably some amateur porn. But I'm just saying.
Newsom's old name used to be Gavin the Mad Hatter
Why?
because he was selling drugs in nightclubs.
What kind of drugs?
Ecstasy and nitrous oxide balloons.
You guys are probably not doing the research because you're not in the right circles. You're in an echo chamber. You didn't know that George Floyd did porn. You didn't know that when he robbed a woman with him and his friends, they burst into a house. That was getting removed from the internet. Did you know this Black Lives Matter stuff with Breonna Taylor? Breonna Taylor had a dead body in her car because she's part of a drug ring. Right? She was holding the money for her man, her ex-man, because he's a drug dealer.
But do you feel like there's two echo chambers?
Well, you know what, man? Everything they said last year that was a conspiracy theory is now our reality. Vaccine passports, mandatory vaccinations, that's all become reality. I see it as a zombie apocalypse.
Gavin Newsom is a criminal.
Mussolini, the governor, he's terrible.
He's Satan. He's evil. And it's ridiculous if they don't take the vaccine. Because I am a doctor. I do never take the vaccine.
We're less than 24 hours away from the gubernatorial recall election.
And tonight, President Biden will be flying in to campaign alongside Governor Newsom at Long Beach City College.
Apparently, Biden is on his way. Sleepy Joe is on his way to this location.
Fuck Joe Biden!
Biden is not our duly elected president. However, you need to know one thing. He is a pedophile. They believe that by him being here is going to support the popularity and boost the vote for Gavin Newsom, who is equally abhorred and hated by the populace of this fine state. Once fine state.
Now, you don't have to go all the way to Afghanistan to see widespread suffering and despair. You can see that right here, just miles from multi-million-dollar homes owned by the billionaire titans of the tech world.
Los Angeles, meanwhile, is grappling with an epidemic of typhus.
First, California lost a House seat, and now we're learning that the state's population is shrinking for the first time in history.
Because it's not a real good quality of life now, and also it's very expensive. And it is expensive to get what? To get this? To get people laying on the ground naked? To people stealing and they don't get arrested because they're not stealing enough? You know, it's just crazy.
I've spent my entire life in California. It's a great place in terms of activities. You got the beach nearby, you got Disneyland. And then, over time, it just became a hellhole. And so, yesterday, we here at the Daily Wire announced that we are moving the entire company to Nashville. And this is specifically, and really only, due to the crappy governance of the state.
Among the biggest driving forces are policies and state leadership. Now, during the pandemic, many people had an issue with Governor Gavin Newsom's decision-making, and the Public Policy Institute says about 4 in 10 people in the state support recalling the governor.
Every freeway underpass is now a tent city. It's one thing to pay exorbitant taxes. It's another thing to pay exorbitant taxes to watch your city degrade into a hellhole. Here's the reality. If I let my kids walk around the neighborhood, they will stumble across 2 open needles.
This is Skid Row in Los Angeles. The sheer volume of it here, the enormity of it all is truly mind-boggling.
The camps pop up only where they are allowed. Manhattan Beach, for instance, is pristine. Look at this. Under this overpass on the 405, on one side there is nothing. On the other side, a line of tents and garbage. That's because one side is in Culver City. Culver City doesn't allow them. The other side is in Los Angeles. Los Angeles does.
It's a Democrat-engineered American tragedy.
Last month, Newsom detailed his plan to fight homelessness, proposing a new $750 million fund to fight the issue.
Earmarking $12 billion to tackle the state's homeless crisis over the next 2 years.
Los Angeles spent $620 million to fight homelessness last year. The successes have been dwarfed by the failures. Many insist that City Hall has been paralyzed by indecision.
I hate going to LA now. I like to stick in Orange County. LA, you know, like any other parts of California, you can't go without a mask. So that's not cool.
How did the greatest state go to what it is now?
You know, it was a perfect storm, Tucker. First of all, we had $3 trillion come in for capitalization of Facebook, Google, and Apple, and it convinced millions of people in that area where the money was concentrated, Hollywood, the big universities along that coast, that they were not subject to the ramifications of their own ideology.
It was a sunshine state. It had natural resources, it had natural beauty, and they just overpopulated it and kind of destroyed it. It's kind of now the concrete jungle.
I worked my ass off to come here. When I turned 18, I built my whole business here. I've lived here for 10 years, and it's absolutely devastating to see what it's turned into. LA is just completely overrun with homeless people. I know people fall on hard times, and that's devastating, but these people don't want to better their lives. They want to stay on the streets, they want to live for free, and they get their free Obama phone. Like, there's no incentive for them to better their lives. So as long as that exists under Newsom's rule, they're going to continue to stay.
Okay, so the homeless do not actually want help. It's unfortunate. It's mental illness and it's drugs. If you ask them if they want a place to stay and live, no, they want to be where they want to be.
I actually didn't know you were going to say all that because you're literally right about everything. My best friend photographs homeless people. He's been doing it for, I think, 10 plus years, spends days, nights with them. And he was like, you don't understand. These people can't integrate into society.
All the money to clean up the homeless, what has Newsom done with it? I don't know. Probably in his pocket.
Also, defunding the police. You call the police 6 times and no one shows up. And why would you? You guys all shit on them and said they're all horrible people.
It's unbelievable. Like, you look at us, and then you see everybody in line, and it is like a different energy, like a different world of people.
They're all vaccinated, and they all have masks on.
I know, it's so funny.
Today I'm here because our governor, he has supported and protected the vaccine to protect everybody, everyone, no matter what race, nationality, culture you come from. He was here to protect us.
I am very scared of what would happen if Newsom stopped being the governor, because I think, you know, while he's not perfect, he is looking out for the rights of women, which is me, but also my friends who are LGBTQ+, and people of color,
and all kinds of people who need their rights protected that are not going to be looked out for by Larry Elder or anyone else on that ballot.
A conservative radio talk show host is joining the growing list of candidates now who want to oust Governor Gavin Newsom from office. Larry Elder, who calls himself the Sage from South Central LA, says he is entering the recall race because of what he says is California's out-of-control homelessness crisis, spiking crime rates, and looming water and power supply shortages.
The biggest factor in determining whether or not you're going to be successful is your willingness to work hard. That is my message, that is my credo, and for that reason I'm called a racist Uncle Tom.
Larry Elder is incredible. They've had nothing but smear campaigns on him.
He's the best available candidate in terms of name recognition. He's got good policy, and I think he appealed to the majority of the voters.
He's good for right now.
I don't really know what to think about Larry Elder. I mean, he looks like the best shot we got. He could be a rhino. I don't know.
I think that he will put in some conservative policies and support the people, hopefully outlaw abortion like Texas, and step up and do the right things on protecting our border and other basic liberties and rights.
Blacks exaggerate the significance of racism. Affirmative action is wrong. Medicare should be abolished. I'm Larry Elder.
Recall Newsom. Elect Elder.
Yes, there has been cheating already reported in the recall election. They've been sending tips to Project Veritas, and Larry Elder has his attorneys taking in calls. People are being told they've already voted when they haven't. And I'm really scared because if he doesn't get recalled, we are going to be in for a bad time.
Basically, this election is going to be rigged just like the presidential election.
For real?
Yeah, for real, definitely.
How do you know?
Well, there's the 30 ballots already that people just reported that they already voted, but they didn't vote. I haven't even received my ballot in the mail. I have many friends that have it.
I was the title holder for the company in the CIA, and I sent quite a few inventions and property and things. For example, Charlie Angel's TV series in the 1970s is based upon a true story, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, like for example, some TV series like Charlie's Angels based upon a true story, In fact, that's how we met Gavin Newsom. I met Gavin Newsom originally. Him and his family escaped from political assassination, and that's one of the ways he got in there.
One thing I'm curious about, you said occultists were chasing them through the Temple of Doom. Are you talking like Jim Jones style occultists, or do you mean like Church of Satan?
Like the Aryan, yeah.
The Aryans?
Yeah.
The Aryan Brotherhood?
No. We're talking like the Druidic Aryans from Scotland, with the antlers, masks with the big horns and stuff, and the satanic bonfires with the